Welcome to The Guide. It's what you should know for where you want to go, what you didn't know for where you are, and what you can prevent from what you could learn. So why not learn from each other, together, here on The Guide.
Show me love, show me love, show me love, show me love. Show me love, show me love, show me love, show me love or something. I'll make it right or something ugly. Show me one of nothing. I'll be the one for someone, trust me. Show me love or something. I'll make it right or something ugly. Show me one of nothing. I'll be the one for someone, trust me.
Izzy, now, honestly, I just recently discovered you, and I really, really admired the way that you sing. I feel like the way that you sing is very specific, is very authentic, is very different. And I want to know, how did you develop this? Like, how did someone, how do I say this? How were you prior to discovering this talent and actually taking action with your talent?
So I've been singing since I could talk, basically. I've been singing since I was 4. So I've always loved singing, and I didn't know that I was considered good at it for a little bit. Obviously your parents tell you you're good at everything for a while. Probably up until I was 9 or 10, and then my siblings kind of started being like, yo, you kind of, and so and I did my first show, and it was Orleans Festival, and I sang in front of a few hundred people, and I cried. Yeah, I walked off stage and just bawled my eyes out. My family was like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "I don't know." But after that, I realized okay, I really, really like doing this, and it seems like other people like it when I do it too. So yeah, it was just learning to push myself to sing in front of people, because I always did it behind closed doors or at home and stuff like that. It was always my fun time by myself. And so when I saw the opportunity to be able to do that in front of other people, and saw that I also enjoyed doing that as well, then it helped me just try to work on my voice and stuff like that. I went to a few singing classes for a year, just to try to see if I could do anything different with my voice. But yeah, it was just a lot of just at home YouTube videos, singing, watching lyric videos, Yeah,
I noticed that. I can tell you're somebody that really takes, you really take your craft seriously. You're the voice. When I was listening to your songs, see, we'll get into that, but your song White, your voice in that song is very, very, I can tell you're somebody that practices a lot, that cares about, your projection and all that stuff. I'm very curious to know, how did you really, you said that you did some performances, you did all these things, but when did you really decide to start writing? How did that come about? Because you can sing and do covers and all that stuff, watch your YouTube videos, but when it comes to writing, it's you're almost putting out a part of you. So I'm really curious to know, how did that come about?
So I don't know why, but my first memory is basically about writing was having my cousin come over, and then we sat in the closet, and she was like, "Do you want to try to write a song?" And then after that, I just started writing songs all the time. They were all songs, but they were, you started off like that. And so I just, as soon as I could write, I started writing songs. They weren't good or anything, but I would do that. And then I started showing them to my brother, and he was like, "These are not good." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I stopped writing for a bit, and then I picked it back up again when I was probably a little bit older, 13. And then I just started writing every day. And it was a lot of bad stuff, And then over time, it's practice, right? So I just wrote every day. You go through writer's block, you go through all that. But it was basically my brother, he gave me a reality check, and then I was like, if I want to do this, I probably have to get better at it, Took a break, got back to it, and then started writing again.
That's dope. I know that you also went to school for music, but I from my understanding, the school was more of like the technical side of music. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, why did you decide to go to a school just like that if, you know, your focus is a little bit more vocal?
Yeah. My parents are both like, you know, government jobs, teachers, doctor. They really wanted me to go to university and stuff like that. And I was not about that. So after high school, or right when high school was about to end, it was kind of like my loophole. Like I was like, my parents didn't want me to take a year off, and then I found out about the school like Terra Academy where it was for audio engineering, and so I was like, okay, if I'm gonna go to school, might as well be for something that like I will enjoy and learn something and can use this later on afterwards. And so I basically, and you didn't need like a high school diploma to sign up for it. So I signed up for it before I graduated, just so that I made sure that I was gonna go after, And then I graduated, I went, and it ended up being like amazing, a wonderful opportunity. I met a lot of fun people, talented people. And then it made me also realize that like, I didn't want to just focus on writing and vocals. Like I also want to learn how to produce and make my own beats and also like mix and master my own songs later on, but just to get like a good base start on that. Just also so I know like what I'm getting myself into.
The backgrounds of things. That's honestly, that's amazing. Now, you also went to school with two of the artists that we've previously had on the show. Can you tell us a bit of that experience with those two? How was that like, you know, going to school with people that are still in the same lane as you, but a bit more different creativity?
Well, your brother, he, super sweet. I guess we all just kind of clicked. It was like me, Shamar, so Linda's son, and then Trey, AP. And we all kind of bonded over just the fact that like, we all really enjoy this, but it's like, we're also aware of the fact that like, this is school, you know? Like we're all not really school people, but we really like what we're doing. And so, I don't really know, we all really bonded. It was, it's amazing now to think about the fact that like how lucky I was to end up going to school the same year that they did and have the opportunity to meet them and other people too. They've helped me immensely, you know, along the way, and like they're good friends now. So it's definitely like mind blowing to think about now, thinking like, never take things for granted, you know? Like I really, really did enjoy my time there, and out of it now makes me appreciate it even more, knowing like what I got to be introduced to by going there and who I got to be introduced to, and the relationships that I get to build like off of them and all of that. Yeah, it's been really
I feel like it's like the timing was just
it was
perfectly aligned. Do you feel like going to the school and the interactions that you had with other students may have also helped you with your, you know, your creativity when it came to your music, especially your recent song, White? Do you feel like that helped, or?
I would say that it does, just because you can, if you're stressed about something, you know, you can call someone and you can send demos. Like I send a lot of things that I record to like my few close friends, you know, just ask for a second opinion. And also the fact that you get to work with people who you're already comfortable with. So like for the song White, like Shamar recorded those vocals, you know? So it was like, it was a lot, very comfortable knowing that it's just my friend, you know, just recording those vocals. And like, I bought the beat off of someone I went to like elementary school with. It was just like, it's comforting to see like that come together, and it definitely does help like it helps the ego, keeps you humble, you know?
I think that's a good thing, because like you've kept your connections and they came in handy, right? Now, I really want to get into the topic of the song White. I love the song. It's very, very catchy. But I was very intrigued by the music video, and your creative side really came out there. And I feel like this is your first single, right? So I feel like in a way, first single is always like, you know, this is who I am. This is the type of artist that I am. And you really put your statement there. So can you just talk to us a little bit about White? How did that song come about? How did the music video idea, how was that for you?
So my like process of writing is basically what just comes to me. I'll start off of, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I couldn't even really tell you what subject came to mind first that I built off of that. I just know that like I will either start with like, I'll write something and it'll be the either chorus, verse, you know, whatever that is, and then I'll base it off of that. But the song is basically about being addicted to bad habits. It's a metaphor for drugs, and you know, white, but I don't do that specifically. It was just like a funny way of trying to give you like a super exaggerated version of like what a lot of people go through. Which is like finding the good and the bad and like holding that very close to you, finding ways of, you know, giving that a reason to stay even if it's not worth it. And then also figuring out the fact that like it's your choice to move on and go through whatever path you would like to go down. And then how that ties in with the video, I didn't want the video to be a direct just like, you know, drug party going from that. So I was like, what's a different way to show, you know, that? And so we go from like darkness to light, and it's to show like and I'm watching myself go through all these dark paths, and then I see myself go through all these like light, fun, lighthearted paths, and it's just like the idea of which path do I decide to go down. But it was like a really important song to me just because it's like a fun song, but it has like a very important meaning to me in that sense. And even though it's like people think that it's like just about cocaine, you know, it's not. It's a lot more than that. But yeah, so I wanted the video to be, I wanted the song and the video to be two different representations of what it can mean to whoever you want it to be. So it's like you can watch a video and it'll mean something to you. You can listen to the song, it'll mean something else to you. But they're both cohesive together.
Yeah, I feel like watching the video, you can have different understanding, just like you're saying. Because when I first saw the video, I kind of got that because you came out of a tunnel, you know, it's dark. And I'm like, okay, like she's definitely starting off with, this is what I mean. So I can see you coming out, you're looking around, you know. So I took that as you're looking for like your path, you're looking for your people, like you're looking for something, you know. And then there was certain scenes where you're just sitting down and staring, and that I took that as like, you know, analyzing your situation as you're singing. So I really loved and I admired that. And as a first single, your first music video, I'm like, you did so well with that. Which gets me thinking, like, I'm curious to know, like, what can we expect from you next? Because I want more. So I want to know, like, what can we expect from you moving forward?
Genre-wise, I will say that this is a difficulty for me in the sense of, like, I don't think that it's a con. I think that it's a pro, but I do really want to hit most genres. I don't have, like, a genre that I'm going to stick in to, or like that I'm like, oh, this is what I like, or this is what I like. I like what I like, and anything that I've made unreleased, you know, it's all different. There's like alternative stuff, there's more like hip hop, there's more like R&B soul. I've even written like some kind of like gospel songs, you know, and then more like pop and stuff like that. But I don't have a specific lane that I'd like to stay in. I really wanna, just do everything that I like and hit everything that I wanna do. And then we'll just see from there. Cause also, like, I've released one song, right? So I don't even really know what I like to make the most or what I like to perform the most. I just know like what I've written and what I'm doing right now. And I know I like it, but I haven't experienced enough to really be like, I'm an R&B singer, I'm this. Some people know, but I like way too many things to decide now.
But I think that that's like, you're really representing a different like demographic, you know, like somebody that wants to try out all these different things. You'll have different type of people come and listen to you and be like, oh, Izzy does this, but she also does this, you know? So I feel like you'll cater to a lot of different people based on their, I think you will, like you're doing so well, and it's like your music is already so deep. So I just know that whatever genre you decide to do, it'll like, somebody's gonna relate to it some way, somehow. How do you feel about yourself in the next 5 years? Like, where do you see yourself with the music and all?
Definitely more music out, more music videos out. I take the like videos as seriously as I take the songs. I really do like the like creative aspect and directing that aspect. I love like just the video concepts and stuff like that. So I'll definitely be focusing on music and videos a lot. And I'm working on some EPs, albums. basically for the next 5 years, I think it'll be like putting out as many different types of genres of music.
Yeah.
And then also just like going through my analytics and seeing like, what do people think about this? You know, like, do you guys like this? Do you guys like that? Figuring out my craft more than I am right now, and just mastering my craft, trying to just do that and also, you know, live a good life.
You're doing so well, you know, you're still trying to discover yourself and what you can and can't, you know, well, I don't think there's nothing you can't do, but you're discovering what you can put out there that will show like who you are as well. You know, somebody might be watching this and be, you know, wanting to step into the music field and wanting to do music for a living. What advice can you give to somebody that's maybe afraid to give that a try?
There's music for everyone. Like music that you don't like, someone else loves that, and they're listening to it, they're bumping that every day. So like this year for the first time I was like actually understood the concept of like a super fan, which is like, you know, someone that they find you and it's like you're made for them. Like they don't, you could be underground, you could be very popular, but it's like they strictly like, they love listening to your music, whatever it is, you know, they pay attention to what you do. And there's super fans for everyone out there. So I think that people should be more open to the idea that like, just even if you think it's different or if you think, you know, people are judging me, it's like, even if you don't blow up here, maybe you could blow up somewhere else.
That's very true.
I just think go for it. Put out what you like and like have fun with it. If you're not having fun, then I think that's a waste of time. But if you're enjoying yourself and like you're having fun and you're expressing yourself, then go ahead, just go for it.
I love that. I love the mindset that you have when it comes to your music and your creativity and everything. And I've honestly just like really enjoyed this conversation. I'm so happy you came, to be very honest. I'm like, you're a very different artist. You're very unique. You have a very unique voice, like very unique voice. So I was really excited to get to know you. And I see like, I can now match, you know, the voice to the person and all that. So it was so nice speaking to you. Thank you so
for having me.
Of course.